Hi, I've got a really good question in class about how to factor this trinomial. It was an x squared, oops, there, let's get the pen working. It was x squared, and I think it was a minus. If it was a plus, the same method will work. So I'm going to stick with the minus for this. And then minus 6x plus 9. Okay? So the first thing to notice is that this is a quadratic trinomial. It's quadratic because I have an x squared and then an x to the first power and then a constant. I'm going to erase that first power though. And it's a trinomial because it has 3 terms. So quadratic because of x squared, and trinomial because it has 3 terms. And when you have a quadratic trinomial and you want to factor it, there's a trick that you can use. Now, this one does happen to be a perfect square, but there's another method you can use that works all the time even when it's not a perfect square. And here's what you do. You want to find 2 numbers. Oh, I'm sorry that this keeps moving. You want to find 2 numbers that multiply to the constant term. So that's 9 in our situation. And they have to add to the middle term, which is a minus 6 in our situation. All right. Now, you might be able to look at this right away and see that those numbers are minus 3 and minus 3. But if you don't see that, or if you have a situation where the numbers are really big, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a little table. So I'm going to do this the slow way. Here's my first number. Here's my second number. And here I'm going to add them together. So I'm going to look at numbers that divide into 9. So let's see. I'm just going to start with 1. 1 divides into 9. And if I take 1, then the second number that would get me a 9 when I multiply would be 9. So that's how I'm getting the second number. I'm saying, what does the first number need to be multiplied to get that 9? So 1 and 9. And then I'm going to add them together. And when I add them, I get a 10. And I want to check to see if that's equal to negative 6, and it's not. Okay. So then I try 2. 2 doesn't divide into 9 evenly. 3, does 3 divide into 9? It does. And the thing that I need to multiply to get a 9 would be a 3. So 3 and 3. And when I add them together, I get a 6. Ooh, that's good. It's close to what I have. It's not that. So I can come back and I can change maybe a minus 3. But that would still have to be a minus 3 because I need to get a positive 9. And now those do add to minus 6. So ching, 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 I've got my answer. Okay, if that didn't work, I would go on to the next number that divides into 9, and I would just keep working until I found my pair that worked. But now that I've got that, I can factor this. This becomes an x minus 3. So there's my first number. And the second one is also a 3, so an x minus 3 as well. So that's how this factors. I can also, because those are exactly the same, write it as x minus 3 squared. And then I don't have to think about all that stuff that they have in the Xi book about how to factor a perfect square trinomial. And in fact, I usually don't even do that. I just go to this method. I don't think about perfect square trinomials unless I happen to actually see it right away. And otherwise, I just do this. So I hope this is helpful.